This podcast contains the opinion and thoughts of its host and guests. It is intended to provide helpful and informative material on the subjects covered. All statements made on the podcast have not been evaluated by the FDA and are not intended to diagnose, treat, cure, or prevent disease. If the listener requires professional assistance or advice, please contact your personal medical doctor. Both host and guest specifically disclaim any responsibility for any liability, loss, or risk, personal or otherwise, which is incurred as a consequence directly or indirectly of the use and application of any of the contents of these episodes. Like I said, this is my opinion and I could be wrong. Hey everyone, welcome to High Energy Keto Girl, a podcast helping women to age stronger because it is never too late to get fit, be strong, and feel sexy. I'm your host, Tracee, health coach and personal trainer and founder of highenergygirl.com. Each week, we will either have a guest interview, which will provide you encouragement or an actionable tip to help you age stronger, or I will do a solo episode. Please also join our awesome Facebook group called High Energy Girls, and I'm looking forward to see you on the inside of that group and hope you enjoy today's show. Create Whole Body Wellness, a powerful new advancement in energy medicine. Increase your energy, empower your life. I am super excited to announce that I am now a bioenergetics practitioner. And many people are like, well, what is bioenergetics? So imagine that our body is controlled by our energy field, and these fields get distortions and blockages, which create physical and emotional symptoms. So how do we get energy blockages? From stress, toxins, EMFs, emotional traumas, physical scars, and physical traumas. All you need to do is decode the human body field to get to the root cause and restore your energy for life. For more information, head on over to the blog at highenergygirl.com/bioenergetics with an X. That's BIOENERGETIX, and heal your energy for life. Hey everyone, welcome to another episode of High Energy Keto Girl, and today we're going to talk about immunity. So much is going on right now in our country and around the world that I think it's super, super important to talk about immunity, not just to protect yourself against viruses and flus and other communicatable diseases, but also even about cancer cells, because from what I understand, a healthy immune system should be out there destroying cancer cells before tumors actually become tumors. So one of the first things I think is really important is make sure that you get enough sleep. And you really want your sleep to be timed ideally, meaning that if you get, say, 7 hours of sleep, but it's from midnight till 7, then you're missing the sweet spot, which is from 11 to 3 o'clock. So you really want to be in bed by 10:30 at the latest so that you are sound asleep by 11, and then you want to sleep through till 3. That's like the magic spot. Dr. Nasha Winters, who was on my show a while back, when I asked her about how to prevent cancer, then she talked about sleep being super important, but it wasn't just the quantity of sleep, but the actual sleep timing so that it would balance with the circadian rhythm. So a good thing to get into bed and get enough sleep is what I advise my clients to get more sleep, or how to get more sleep, is make sure you set like a reverse alarm when everything goes off and you head down towards your sleep cave or your bedroom or whatever you want to call it. And do some restful activities before bed. One of my favorites is taking an Epsom salt bath and reading a good book just to relax and unwind and let the day go by. Another really good thing is to have a little journal by your bed so that you can write down anything that you got to remember to do the next day so that you're not, stewing all night about it. You want to sleep in a cool, dark room. And I have a chili pad, which I totally love. And you can hear my podcast with Tara Youngblood, who is the founder of the Chili Pad. And I'm telling you guys, it is amazing. So cool, dark room. I wear an eye mask and I wear earplugs because my husband comes to bed later than me and he's always reading, turning on the light, and I just don't want my sleep disrupted. And I highly, highly recommend both eye mask and earplugs. I also take magnesium before bed, 400 milligrams, and that also relaxes my muscles and helps me sleep. I no longer use any screens near bedtime because the blue light that emits from a screen, from your phone, your iPad, your computer, your TV, is really disruptive to melatonin production. And so it will be difficult for your body to actually fall asleep from that blue light exposure. Another thing is LED light bulbs. And so in my room, I have the old incandescent light bulbs so that they don't emit a blue light. They're not so easy to find these days because everything is like LED and, the unsafe, I call them unsafe because they're full of mercury. And if you break one of those energy efficient light bulbs, like if you were to look at OSHA standards, you would have to evacuate the room. It's pretty crazy. I'll do another show about all that. But for now, so you want the cool, dark room, you want LED, no blue light, and have a restorative practice. So I think stretching is really good. Last night I did foam rolling. I kind of alternate what I do at night. Sometimes I do my teeter, which is an inversion table. Sometimes I'll do some yin yoga. Sometimes I'll do the foam roller, and sometimes I just stretch. But either way, it's fun to have an evening routine so that your body will just go, okay, it's time for me to go to bed. Kind of like Pavlov's dogs, where he rings the bell before he feeds the dogs so that they know it's, time to eat. And then he conditions them so that whether it's time to eat or not, they hear the bell and they think it's dinner time and they will actually start drooling without food in front of them. I'm sure you've heard that and I probably botched the story, but I think you know what I mean. So having a good bedtime routine is important. The other thing is hydration. So you want to make sure that you get plenty of fluid. And I always say to my girls that are in the Lean Lady Challenge, what is the difference between a grape and a raisin? Well, that just is the benefits of when you hydrate for your complexion. But hydration is really, really key when it comes to protecting your immunity. So a gallon a day keeps the plastic surgeon away is what I like to say. But how about a gallon a day may keep illness away? That's really, really important, is to hydrate properly. Most people are actually dehydrated, and by the time they get thirsty, they're already dehydrated and they need more water. So for that, the first thing I do is get up in the morning, drink 16-ounce glass of water, then fill my hydro flask and hightail it to the gym and drink a 32-ounce bottle of water while I'm there. So by the time it's like 6:30 in the morning, I've already had 1.5 liters. So I've got a big jump start, but I believe that it's good to drink 1 liter by 9, 12, 3, and 6 so you're not up all night in the bathroom. Some of the ways that you can improve your water intake would be herbal tea. That counts as water. And I love passion tea because it's made with hibiscus flower and you can get it at Starbucks all the time, but just make sure that you tell them unsweetened because sugar is something that creates inflammation, which can lower your immunity, but we'll get to that point soon. Another step to boosting your immune system is eating foods that are high in antioxidants and polyphenols. So things like coffee are really good, believe it or not, but they're really, really high in polyphenols. Eat your vegetables. And I always say to eat the most nutrient-dense vegetables possible. One of my favorites is broccoli sprouts. I make my own broccoli sprouts. It's super easy. You just get a seed sprouting tray and some broccoli seeds. Organic is preferred. And in like 4 days, you have these amazing nutrient-packed little things that you can add to your salad. And they really don't have any flavor. They just kind of take on the flavor of the dressing that you put on your salad or whatever's in it. But it just gives your salad like a nice texture and a bunch of nutrients in it. I also like to use things like arugula and cilantro and, the greens that have like watercress or radicchio or things that are not just lettuce, right? And we know that we kind of they're mostly just water, right? So you want to find the ones that are the most nutrient dense so that you can fill your tummy with like the high antioxidant type foods. Other foods that are good to boost your immune system would be things like turmeric, and dark chocolate has polyphenols, garlic, ginger, and even blueberries. Lastly, cut out the sugar, fast food, refined carbohydrates, because those actually will create more yeast in your system and can lead to overgrowth of bad bacteria. And coconut oil pulling is really great practice that was developed. It was an ancient Ayurvedic practice. And what you do is you take coconut oil, which is antibacterial, antiviral, and antifungal. You melt it in your mouth, like say about a tablespoon, and you swish around, and swish around. And what happens is all of the bad bugs in your mouth will like kind of glom on like a magnet to the coconut oil. And then when you spit it out, those leave your mouth. And they even, as an added bonus, will give you whiter teeth. So it's about 20 minutes, which I know seems like a long time, but if you actually put the coconut oil in your mouth and then jump in the shower and just get ready while you're doing the oil pulling, then when you get out, but make sure that you don't spit it down your sink because it will harden up, and it's a saturated fat, so it like is firm. So just spit it in the toilet and then flush it down is what I do. Or you can spit it in the garbage, but that's kind of gross too. But really, truly, ideally, that is probably the best place to spit it out, but I just spit it out in the toilet. Another practice to boost your immune system is make sure that you have a practice for handling stress, because stress can be toxic on your body. So meditation in the morning is a great, great practice. Ideally, before you do anything else, so that your mind is still like uncluttered from your day. Now, I go to the gym super early, so I meditate after, but if you can fit it in before, that is great. All you need is 10 to 15 minutes just to take some deep breaths and meditate. So I right now meditate to a CD, but you can use it's actually not a CD. I uploaded it onto my iPhone, but you can use an app. I really like the app Calm, and some other people use the app Headspace. But anything that you can do to do a practice of meditation. The other thing I do, oftentimes I kind of alternate this, is I'll do Qigong, which is what I call a moving meditation. And it actually brings energy into your body. So it's really, really, really helpful to restore life force in your body. And so I do that at least every other day. And it's very, very beneficial. So Qigong would be a super good way to boost your immune system, because it really focuses on the actual life force inside your body. One of my other favorite ways to boost your immune system is literally go out in the sun and get some vitamin D. Most people are vitamin D deficient, and it is super important for a healthy body. It is also good to make sure that you wash your hands with soap and water. And I don't mean just like a quickie, but actually wash them so that you sing happy birthday twice. That is how long that you will actually get in underneath your fingernails and wash your hands for happy birthday twice. I'm not a huge fan of antibacterials because those actually kill off all the bacteria, not just the bad ones. And we have more bacteria on our body or in our body than we actually have cells. And so we want to keep and fertilize and maintain the good bacteria at the same time while destroying the bad. And so that is super important. And then that leads me to talk about like gut health and how healing our gut can actually help boost our immune system. So if your gut microbiome is out of balance, it can lead to immune issues. Another great food to heal your gut and boost your immunity is bone broth. And lastly, I supplement. Okay, so I take vitamin C and colloidal silver mixed together. So that's like my little immunity cocktail. And I take a very, very high quality vitamin and mineral and fish oil, and I take enzymes and probiotics and prebiotics. So those all lead to healthy cells, healthy immunity, and a healthy gut. And we know how important the gut health is to your immune health. It's responsible for something like 70 or 80% of your immunity resides in your gut. Research has recently said that your gut controls so many functions in your body that is often referred to now as a second brain. Okay, you guys, that's all I have to say about immune system. So you guys, please be safe, protect yourself, be smart, and just know that by building a strong immune system, you will actually help yourself in so many ways. So I hope you enjoyed that. If you have any other topics that you would like me to cover, please send me an email at Tracee with 2 E's at highenergygirl.com. And if you also know any great guests that would be good for the show, please also send them my way. All right, make it a great day and be safe, everyone. Thanks for listening.